Hey guys, this is Robbie, and welcome to my Sims 3 channel. This channel I'm going to be focusing on videos for the Sims 3, pretty much how-to videos. This video will consist of showing you how to do the fishing skill and various goals and objectives that you can do with the fishing skill, and how to make money using the fishing skill. This sim that I have here is one that I've created and I use on my main world that I play in for my regular gameplay, and I've popped him into a new game and just popped him into an empty lot, a real small empty lot, just for the purpose of the video. Down here at the bottom, you see different tabs here. What I'm going to focus on right now is the skills tab right here. And since this video is focusing on the fishing skill, I'm going to be talking about how to do the fishing skill and increase it all the way to the maximum of level 10. You can see down here in the skills tab that there are no skills listed for my sim, as he is a new sim that I'm starting in this world. The fishing skill is a skill that you pretty much just have to, only way to be able to start it is to find a body of water and start fishing. The lot that I have my sim at is right here close to a body of water. So I'll go over to it and click on that body of water, and you see that I have that option to start fishing. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I'll go back down here and right click on my Sim's avatar to zoom into him, and at the same time causing the screen to follow where my sim goes. I'll now unpause the game and go through all that to get started with the game, because I just started with this sim. And he's going to travel over to this body of water and begin to fish. The thing with the fishing skill, you see he's using the fishing pole. You don't have to buy the fishing pole, you automatically have it. And the great thing about the fishing skill is you don't have to buy anything to get it started. And I'll put the game into fast speed, and you can see that there is a meter that popped up above my sim's head showing that the fishing skill is increasing, and I am learning the fishing skill. Some more stuff with starting a new game. When that meter fills up, I'll pause the game to show you some more stuff. And that meter has filled up one time, and you now see that I have the fishing skill listed down here in the bottom in the skills tab, and it shows that my current skill level is 1. And to the right of that you have a button for a skill journal. So I'll go ahead and open that skill journal up by clicking on this button, or you could hit the J button to open up the skill journal. And that brings up the skill journal for my sim. And the first thing it has here is the fishing skill, and it gives a description of the fishing skill. And then below that are the statistics. It'll show you how many fish you've caught, which I've caught 1 so far. It'll tell you the types of fish or how many types of fish you've caught. I've caught 2% of the fish that are available in the game. It'll tell you the heaviest fish that you've caught. And since I've only caught 1 fish, that's only going to be 1 fish able to show you that I've caught. And of course, since that's the only fish I've caught, it is the heaviest fish I've caught. And right below that, the most amount of money you've earned from selling a fish. And since I've just started fishing, I haven't sold any fish yet. And that is what I was talking about a second ago with earning money from the fishing skill, which I'll get into that here in a little bit. And it lists right below that the total money earned from fishing, which has to do with if you go into a career as a fisherman, which I'll get into that here in a little bit as well. Below that, you have the challenges for the fishing skill. And on the first challenge, the amateur has caught at least 20 types of fish. Their understanding of marine life helps them catch bigger fish than normal Sims would. Which means once you achieve that challenge, the fish you catch are bigger than Sims who haven't completed that challenge. The commercial fishermen, they have caught at least 350 fish. They often catch more fish in less time than normal Sims. Meaning once you get that challenge completed, you'll catch fish faster than Sims that have not completed that challenge. And if you scroll down a little further, all the way to the bottom pretty much, it shows a section for fishing, and it shows down here list of how many the fish you've caught or you can catch at your current level, and tells you what level you need to be at in order to catch that type of fish, as well as the best place you can catch that fish at. And then right beside that, it'll show the best bait you can use for catching that fish. As you can see, it says unknown bait, and I'll get into this explaining that further in a little bit as well. I'll go ahead and close that out. And if you recall, I have caught 1 fish so far. So what I will do is down here at the bottom, you'll click the inventory tab, the little backpack, or you can hit the I button, and it'll bring up your inventory down here at the bottom. As you can see, it has the fish I have caught in my inventory. As you hover over that, you see that it gives the name of the fish. It tells the quality of the fish and the weight of the fish, who has caught that fish. The reason it does that is people can give you a gift, and some people could gift you a fish that they caught, and if you have that fish and you hover over it, it'll show that they caught that fish even though it's in your inventory. if you see, I click on that fish, and you have the option to give it as a gift. So that may be why it has listed that someone else has caught that fish, even though it's in your inventory, that it may have been given to you as a gift. So we'll close that back out and go on to the next option here that it shows fertilizer stream. That has to do with the gardening skill, and that is covered in another video that I have uploaded. Okay, I'll go ahead and open the skills tab back up, and we will continue on with the next thing I'm going to show you. I'll go ahead and cancel this fishing option out, and we'll go back to regular speed in the game for a second, and then pause the game, and I'm going to open up the world map for this world by hitting the M button, and I will scroll around and look for the city hall for this world. Which is right here. And I will click on that. And what I'm going to show you is how you can get a career in fishing. What you will do is go to the register as self-employed, and you'll see that it lists angler, which will be the fishing career. Since I now have level 1 in fishing, that angling career will show up. I will select that and right click on my sim again, my sim avatar, and unpause the game. And we're going to travel to the city hall. And while we're doing so, I'm going to open up the career tab down here at the bottom, and you'll see that it shows I'm unemployed. While I'm traveling to the city hall, I'm going to mention down in the description of the video, there are a bunch of links where you have the option of purchasing the Sims 3 game for the computer, or the expansion packs, or the stuff packs, and you can get them all from those links through Amazon. So if you happen to have the game and don't have all the expansion packs, you have the option to get them from Amazon from those direct links to it. Now that I've gotten to the city hall to register as a self-employed angler, a pop-up has come up asking me to confirm if that's what I want to do. I will go ahead and accept that. And as you see down here in the careers tab, I am now listed as employed in the angler career. And hovering over this, it shows that I'm at level 1 in that career. The career level is separate from the skill level. And that level 1 career level is listed or titled Rod and Reel Rookie. And down below that, it lists how much you have earned total since you started that career. Since I just started, I haven't earned any money from that career yet. And below that, it says funds to promotion, which I need to earn 30 simoleons in order to get to level 2 in the angler career. And below that, it says open work hours, meaning since I'm working for myself, I'm self-employed, I can work anytime I want to. I don't have a set schedule. And over on the right side here, it lists my responsibilities in that career at that level. And as you can see, my only responsibility is earning money that I get from selling fish that I've caught. And below that, it tells my job experience. And that meter is indicative of each career level. Once you get to level 2, that job experience meter will go back to the beginning of it, or possibly be empty. I will now go back to the world map, and I'm going to show you another option. Instead of starting to fish right away, you can go to the local grocery store for the world, which is the shopping cart, and click it, and you have the option of attending a fishing class, which this one is 400 simoleons. I will go ahead and do that, and I'll click the skills tab, and as you can see, I'm halfway or a little over halfway to level 2 in the fishing skill. If you keep a remembrance of that, I'm going to zoom back into myself and unpause the game, and we're going to travel to the grocery store to take that fishing class. And I've paid out the 400 simoleons once I got to the grocery store and started taking the class. And you can see that the progress meter for the class in the top left corner here is filling up, indicating that I'm in the class. I'll go ahead and speed the game up a little bit so we get to the class quicker. And that class has completed now. And I'll go back down here to the bottom, and you'll see that I am now almost to level 3 in fishing, just from taking that one class. We'll check the skill journal momentarily. There's nothing new in it just yet. We'll close that out. I'll go back to the world map, and what I'm going to do, since I'm pretty close to the ocean here, I'm going to click the ocean and select fish, and we'll unpause the game, zoom back to my sim and follow them. as he travels to the ocean. And begins to start fishing again. And the meter has popped up above my head, showing that my fishing skill is increasing. I'm going to speed the game up a little bit. And as your skill increases, to get to the next level, it will take a little bit longer each time. And that's the case with any skill, not just a fishing skill. And we had a zombie appear. And as I continue fishing, you see that I am now at fishing level 4. Now I'm going to open up the inventory, and we see that I have caught quite a few fish so far. I'll go back to the skills tab, and I'm going to let that fishing continue until I hit level 5. While we're sitting here waiting for him to get to level 5, feel free to hit that little sim icon down in the bottom right corner of the video to subscribe to my channel. Turn your notifications on so you know when I upload new videos. And I have now hit level 5 in the fishing skill, and I'll pause the game. We'll go back to the inventory, just take a little browse around to see what all I've caught. And I also want to mention, while you're fishing, you won't always catch fish. You have chances of catching actual objects. That's just something that was put into the game. I'm not sure why, but it gives you options to catch not just fish. You can catch, like, I've heard of people catching laptops and furniture and boots and various other items also. I know it's real weird, but it's what The Sims does. I'm going back to the skills tab, and you recall I'm at level 5. I'm going to open the skill journal back up, and you'll see in the statistics I have now caught 14 fish, and I have caught 10% of the different types of fish in the game. And you see it now lists my heaviest fish that I've caught as a sea sludge. And it shows how much that sea sludge weighs. And as you can see, I haven't made any money from selling fish yet. I haven't sold any. And I haven't earned any money from fishing yet. And scrolling down below the challenges, you'll see that there's more fish listed down here now. And it still shows that the best kind of bait is unknown. I will now show you how to change that. We will close that out, and we're going to cancel the fishing action, and I'm going to go back to the world map, and I'm going to find the bookstore. We're going to visit Shop for Books. Zoom back to myself and unpause the game. And now we're going to travel to the bookstore. We'll speed the game up a little bit, get to the bookstore quicker. And we are now at the bookstore, and a pop-up appears with the list of books. As you can see, we have the filters here for the different types of books. And what we're going to select is the fishing book filter. And I'm going to hover over some of these books, and you'll see that it lists the name of the book, who wrote it, how many pages that book is, and the more pages the book is, the longer it will take to read the book. It also lists what fishing level you need to be at in order to read it, and it shows below that what your current skill level is. So I will double click on each one, and when I do so, it's going to move that book over to the shopping cart. And I'll scroll down to show the rest of them. And as you can see on this book, it shows the fishing level required as being 6, and it appears in a different color since my current fishing level is at 5 and I'm not high enough level yet to read that book. I will go ahead and add that book to the shopping cart. And the same with that book, it shows that I need to be level 7 to read it. I will go ahead and add that to the shopping cart. And I'll buy the items. And I will pause the game momentarily. And I'm going to open the inventory tab and scroll through here. And you'll see that those books are now in my inventory. What I will do now is I'm going to select each book individually and read one at a time. Unpause the game. you'll see that meter popped up above my head as being in a different color, and that meter is indicating how much of that book I have read. I'll speed the game up a little bit to get through it quicker. And that book has been completely read, and now that book is no longer needed and is completely gone now. The thing with the fishing books, as opposed to skill books, is the fishing books can only be read one time, whereas the skill books, you can read them and then place them in your bookcase, and if you have someone else living in your house, that other person can read that same book. Whereas with the fishing books, whoever reads them, once it's read, it's gone. So if you want someone in the same house to read that same book, you'll have to purchase that book again so that the other person can read it. And with that book being read now, I'll go back to the Skills tab, and I'm going to open the Skill Journal. We're going to scroll down here, and you'll see that there are now 3 fish here that it lists what kind of bait is best to use. What these fishing books are doing is teaching you the types of bait to use to catch those types of fish. I'll show you another example now. Go back to the inventory, and we'll see that this one is titled The Wee Swimmers, Reeling Anchovy and Minnow. Back in the Skill tab, in the Skill Journal, it said that book was for anchovies and minnows. As you see here, it lists the bait is unknown bait for those 2 types of fish. We'll close that back out, go back to the inventory, and I'm going to select to read that anchovy and minnows book. And we'll unpause the game. And I guess he wants to read the book in a different location. There were quite a few people around there. Speed the game up a little bit. And that book has been read and vanished. We'll go back to the Skills tab, open the Skill Journal, scroll down, and we now see that it lists the bait for anchovies and minnows. We'll close that out. Go back to the inventory, and I'm going to look for one of those books that it said I wasn't high enough level to read yet. The Death Fish and the Vampire Fish appear to be the one that I need to be a higher level. As you can see, it's different color up here where I'm not able to read it, and it says as I hover over, I'm not high enough skill level yet to read that book. So we'll close that out. And I will show you now about how to go about selling the fish for your career. Back in the career tab, if you remember, it shows that I need 30 simoleons to get promoted to level 2 in the fishing career. I'll go back to the world map, and where you sell your fish at is at the grocery store. We'll click on it, and you'll see that it has the option to sell all fish in the inventory, and it shows that they're worth 168 simoleons. I will go ahead and do that and zoom back to myself. We'll unpause the game. We're going to travel to the grocery store in order to sell the fish. And those fish have been sold. And I'll pause the game. And if you saw the 168 simoleons floating up the screen, that's what those fish sold for. And if you recall, I needed 30 to get my promotion to level 2 in the fishing career. As you can see, it shows my total earned in my career is the 168 that I just sold those fish for, and my funds to promotion has increased to 437 simoleons. If I hover over this, over my fishing career icon, you see now that I am a level 3 in the fishing career. As your level in the career increases, you need more funds to get the next promotion. As you can see, I'm now at the title of hook baiter in my fishing career. I will now jump back over here to the skills journal. And in the statistics, it shows you most money earned from selling a fish is listed as my sea sludge, which I sold for 17 simoleons. And below that, it shows my total money earned from fishing is 168, which is what I just sold all those fish for. I'll close that out. I'm going to go back to the map of the home world, and we're going to jump over here and do a little more fishing. Open the inventory back up. We'll see now that there are no fish in my inventory. Unpause the game, and we're going to travel over here to go fishing again. And if you recall, in my skills tab, we're at level 5 in the fishing skill. The fishing skill and fishing career are separate items from each other. As you can see, I'm at level 5 in the fishing skill, but in the fishing career, I'm at level 3. I'm going to speed the game up to let me catch some more fish. and we'll see about letting it get to, I'd say, level 7, and then we'll check on the inventory again. While we're waiting, I'll mention again, if you're getting some good value out of this video or any of my other videos, feel free to hit that little Sims icon in the bottom right corner of any of my videos and select on the subscribe option. That way you can follow my channel and turn your notifications on so you know when I upload new videos. Feel free to check the video descriptions for the links to get the Sims 3 game or the expansion packs or stuff packs straight from Amazon. As you can see, even going at fast speed here is taking longer for my fishing skill to get to the next level, and that's the case with any of the skills, as I mentioned earlier. We're almost to level 6. I'll go ahead and just let it go till level 6 since it is taking a little bit longer. And that meter has filled up. And you see I am now at level 6 in the fishing skill. I'll open up the skill journal and you'll see that it now shows I have caught 22 fish and I have caught 14% of the types of fish that are in the game. It shows that my heaviest fish caught sea sludge and how much it weighed. We'll scroll down and see that there are more fish listed here since I am at a higher level in the fishing skill. We'll close that out. We'll cancel the fishing action. And I am going to show you something else that you can do with the fish other than just selling them. I'm going to open up down here the buy mode, and it's going to go back to my lot that I'm living at. I'm going to go to sort by function filter. And we'll select the appliances. I'm going to select the all filter. I'm going to expand that catalog to show everything. And what I'm looking for is where is it? I might be in the wrong section here. I'll go to the sort by room option. Select outdoors, outdoor cooking. Right here, the portable fire pit. I'm going to go ahead and purchase that real quick. And it's not going to let me place it right now. The lot that I'm on is not flat. I'm going to go to build mode real quick. Go to terrain tools. Level terrain. Go ahead and flatten this lot out a little bit. And go back to the buy mode. And here we go. We'll go back to live mode now. Go to inventory. I'm going to select put away. I'll speed the game up a little bit. Okay, it got home and put that portable pit away, and you'll see that it is in my Sims inventory. What I will do, go back to the map. I'm going to go to this fishing spot. We're going to travel over to it. And now that we're over here, I'm going to click on this portable fire pit in the inventory, select place, we're going to place that down, and I'm going to click on it, and select light fire, unpause the game, and the fire has been lit, and if you click on the fire pit, you'll see that you have the option to roast something. I'll go ahead and select that, and it'll list, since I only have fish in the inventory to cook, it'll list the fish in the options to cook. We'll go ahead and do that. And this is something that you can do no matter where you're out fishing, if you have this portable fire pit in your inventory. You can take a break from fishing and just pop out and start cooking something to eat.